Hello, everybody. It's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here for another Think Tank Thursday. Well, let's call this the first one because last week when I came live, I had no idea what I was going to call this little thing. And since then, I've been able to come up with this interesting little name, Think Tank Thursday. And what does that mean exactly? Well, it means that I'm going to get way out of my comfort zone and I'm going to do some creating on the fly. And I'm going to encourage you to join in and help me create. So this will be either a whole lot of fun or a great big flop, and we will just have to see. We'll just have to see which one it is, shall we? So I'm going to give just a minute here. Let's get everyone coming in and saying hello. So I'm going to do a quick little introduction of myself. For most all of you know who I am. I am Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick. And this is the very first time that I will be doing a live stream using the Restream platform, which I've never done before, and streaming to multiple platforms. I'll be streaming to Facebook and YouTube, and I hope I'm doing it right. I'm not sure if I'm actually live in all of those places. Let me see, actually. Give me a second to look and see if I am indeed live in places. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. I could be. I could very well be. So if you're in here and you're seeing me live, I'm not sure, since this is through a different service, if you'll be able to see the live icon in the top of the screen. I hope that you will. But leave a comment and let me know that you're here. Say hi. And if I don't know you very well or don't know you at all, say where you're from. I'd love to know. And I'm going to look just right quick to make sure that I am indeed live. And let's see here. Okay, so wow, on my phone, which is the coolest thing, and I'm just going to share it with you guys, there's a little live circle around there. So I'm guessing that means that I am indeed live on Facebook. And yes, it does look like I am. This is so cool. Technology is absolutely amazing, but I admit that I am not really tech savvy. So this is a very huge, huge step for me. So I appreciate everybody's patience and understanding that it may be different. I don't know. So it does look like live on Facebook is a go. And let me see my channel. And it looks like I am actually live. Whoop, yep, I sure am. Ah, shush, shush, shush. There we go. Yes, I am indeed live on YouTube as well. Okay, so now that I know I did that part correctly, let me go ahead and get started with this evening, shall I? So I may change things up a bit. Like I said, brand new. And so one thing I see is that I'm going to go ahead and try to do this as a recording as well. Do I want to? Maybe not this time. Anyway, let's see here. Making sure if I've got some comments coming in. Let me know if you're able to hear and see everything okay. And all right, so let me see. On the bottom of the screen, I believe you are seeing something regarding the starter kit promotion, and it is absolutely fantastic, but it's ending tomorrow. So normally you can get a Stampin' Up! Starter kit for $99, and you get to choose $125 worth of product, anything that you want to get for only $99. But for the month of May, there is a promotion going on where you're also going to get all of the new in color stuff too. So if you've been seeing projects happening, and hi, Miss Kim, how are you, darling? If you've been seeing projects happening with the new 2024-2026 in colors, you're going to be able to get a good collection of that stuff included for free, in addition to the $125 worth of product that you get to choose from the starter kit. So it's absolutely fantastic deal. And it's going to be so much fun to play with all that cool stuff. So there is that. And then I also have a class coming up. This one is called Watercolor Watermelon, and it is a virtual hybrid class, meaning that it is going to be an online class with a Facebook group, and I'm also going to host it one day in my Stampin' Studio for those who are local and able to come as well. So if you sign up for that class, you can choose both options. You'll get the option of coming in person, and you'll still have access to the online version as well. So that's a lot of fun. And I'm really excited about this one because I'm doing a lot of firsts right now. And so this is a subscription box kind of class. You're going to get a kit, and in addition to 8 absolutely gorgeous projects, you're going to get some fun goodies and treats and things like that, and it's all wrapped around that watermelon theme. Now, I have been hanging on to these stamp sets. These are actually from the spring celebration brochure. So if you're thinking we don't have any watercolor watermelon stamp set currently, you're right. We don't. And if you don't already have it, the only way you can get it is by participating in this class. You'll be able to get one with your class kit. So if you don't already have it, you'll be able to get it. I have a limited number of them available. And if you do already have it, then this class is going to be amazing for you because you're going to have some really cool projects to do with the stamp set. So, okay, let me go ahead and see if I can get rid of that so that we have space on our screen here. Okay, and then this is also scary. I hope you guys are still with me. Okay, I'm going to switch cameras and we're going to get to this evening's fun. All right. Oh, look at that. Picture in picture. Okay, yeah, I knew I was doing that. All right, here we go. Okay, I have a question. Brenda had said there was no sound. And Kimberly is too. Okay. So I am going to try something else here. I think I know what my problem is, and I think it has everything in the world to do with which device has my sound. So give me just a second here. Let me get that ticker off of there. And okay. All right. So I think that it's because the sound is on the video stream with my face. And when I removed my face from the screen, I think it removed me from the stream as well. So let's just go ahead and leave it like that then. And I hope that that worked. Somebody will let me know. There it is. Okay, Janet says there's sound. Mary says there's sound. Very good. Hi, everybody. Okay, so like I said, this is a brand new thing for me with this streaming service. So I'm very sorry about that, but that's okay. We are back now and let's get to it. So as I was saying, this kit is a brand new kit. It's not released yet. So you're getting a sneak peek. It will be released on June 5th. So this one is new and coming up. And I actually received this when I was on the Mexico incentive trip. We each got a kit, which was super cool. We got a sneak peek and absolutely wonderful. So hi, Miss Deborah. How are you, love? And so I'm seeing that folks are in here. Yes. And it's so cool because I'm seeing actually that some people are on YouTube, some people are on Facebook. That's absolutely wonderful. Technology is so cool, even if I don't know how to use it. All right, so we are going to take a look at this kit, but don't worry, if you're not really into kits, it's okay, because we're going to actually do alternative projects with this kit, okay? So we're not actually going to do the kit itself, but I will show it to you because it is probably one of the most beautiful kits that Stampin' Up! Has released. I mean, it's gorgeous. So let's go ahead and get to it, shall we? All right, the Expressions in Kindness kit, and I'll see how far I can zoom up here. Your screen keeps doing nothing, Anne. I'm hoping that's just an isolated issue, but if somebody else can let me know, hopefully I'm not freezing up or anything. The Expressions of Kindness kit, as you can see, it is absolutely stunning. It has gold accents on it, and you get 4 each of 2 different designs, so you get 8 total cards in the kit. It's just beautiful. And the stamp set here, let me turn this over so you can see the stamps that are included. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays, just a note, kindly deliver to. You can make some cute little tags, and that's really cool. It also has some really pretty little sparkly embellishments, and as is true with all of our kits, they're all inclusive. So if it's a kit that has stamping, you're going to get an ink spot and an acrylic block so that you can use the stamps that are included in it. That's really cool. Plus, as you can see here, I have adhesive dots and some dimensionals right there, right behind it. So you literally get everything that you need. And in this particular kit, you also get a really pretty spool of ribbon. And you can see that I've not done anything with the kit yet. We did receive it on the trip, but since it was going to be so much longer before we were actually going to be able to sell them, I didn't want to do anything with it until closer to time. So since we've got only a week left, maybe not even, when is the 5th? Can you believe it's already the next to last day of May? Oh my gosh. I don't know about you, but the month of May has literally just flown by. I don't even know where it went, but it's gone poof like that. I don't know. So anyway, you can see the beautiful foil patterns here. Absolutely gorgeous in the card bases. Now I'm going to take 1 each of everything out, and I'm going to set it aside, and we'll be using those things as possible elements to our alternative projects, okay? So I will take, let's see here, the other 3 of those cards and put them in there. And then here's the other card base. So I think it's initially to go this way. And oh, Miss Deborah says she loves to start with a kit and do her own thing too. It's so much fun, isn't it? Okay, and then I also kind of have a thing about envelopes as well. So you've got 2 different designs for the envelope right there. So I'm going to keep 1 each of those out. All right. And, oh, did I? Hold on. I only put the 1 card base. There we go. Okay. And then we've got some little decorative sentiment elements. These are super cute. And as you can see, there are actually some extras of these. So I'm going to take 1 of each from here, though I could take 2 because since we're taking 1 of the cards out, we'll have an extra anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and take 1 for now. So I'll take 1 of each. And then this beautiful die-cut floral print. This is so pretty. And there's 4 of these, but I'm going to just take 1. Okay, and you want to be really careful about pulling them out because these are super delicate. You'll be able to see just how delicate that is. I mean, that is gorgeous. Okay. And then you also get a sheet of these gold foil die cut elements too. So we'll pull 1 of them out, nice and easy so that we don't tear them. Okay. I'm going to try not to keep us here as long as I did last week. Last week was a really long live stream, and I really enjoyed it. I had a fabulous time with it, and it was really nice to be able to just hang out and visit with everybody. So I hope that you guys kind of enjoy that too. I had thought about this, and I had talked with a couple of my girls about it as well, because different folks, like they say, different strokes for different folks. You guys all have the things that you like and the things that you don't like. And some people like the process and just to be able to hang out and craft together, enjoy the company, and just enjoy spending time with other like-minded people. And then others are very, very busy and they don't have time for all that. They really just want to be able to see the project, show me how it's done, and let me go on with my day. So I've really been thinking about this, and oh no, Anne, all you've got is a black screen. Try to close out and come back in, Anne. Sorry, I cannot talk and type at the same time. There we go. I'm not sure if she'll see it, but we'll see. Anyway, so I've been thinking about this a lot, and I've talked with some of my girls here, and I've decided that what I'm going to do is Thursday will be Think Tank Thursday, where we'll come in, we'll hang out, we'll start at 7 o'clock, and we'll go until we're darn good and ready. We'll just hang out and craft and play until we're done. And that'll be that, right? And then I will also do a weekly video tutorial of a project for those people who don't have time to hang out for an hour or whatever. You'll be able to come back and either watch the replay of this video when you have the opportunity, or you'll be able to watch the project tutorial video when I release it later. Now, this week, I'm not going to do that because I'm using supplies from this kit, and I don't want to use too many of them to create the same thing. But in the future, I believe, I will be doing Think Tank Thursday, and then I will do a tutorial Friday. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to everybody. Let's go ahead and do this, y'all. There is some really cute stuff here, and I will say, let me grab the instruction sheet here. So one of the cool things about the instruction sheet is that it has the coordinating colors down here at the bottom. And so I have already pulled out all of the ink pads that match those colors. And even though we got a Blackberry Bliss in the kit, I'm not going to use that little ink spot. Like I had mentioned before, I really like keeping those little ink spots and using them for gifts and things like that. So, hi, Miss Donna. How are you, lovely? How's it going? So I do have all of the colors here, so I'm going to set those aside. So we have options, is what I'm saying. We have a lot of options here. I have blocks for each of the stamps, so I can go ahead and put all of the stamps on blocks. I have different ribbons and threads that coordinate with the colors that we've got. And I have the cardstocks that match the colors, and I've got gold foil as well. So we have a lot of fun options tonight. I am doing so well, Miss Donna. I'm so glad to see you here. Okay, so let me go ahead and set these aside for just a moment, and I'll start putting the stamps on blocks. Okay. Our acrylic blocks are absolutely fabulous because, of course, you can use them over and over again for every one of your projects, all of your stamps, for your clear stamps anyways. Well, actually, that's not true. All of your stamps. Your cling and your photopolymer stamps will all fit on these acrylic blocks. I'm just trying to kind of lean over myself a little bit to make sure they're remotely straight, because that's always an issue. And there we go. And apparently I can't do that and talk at the same time either. So, you know what? Can I just tell you, we're amongst friends here, right? Something has happened to me in middle age. Something has happened to me because I remember being young and able to think about one thing, talk about something else, and do something else, and none of those things interfere with the other. And now I'm lucky if I can think straight all by itself without trying to do anything else, let alone walk or talk or chew gum. So I don't know. Am I the only person? Is that affecting anyone else too? Am I all alone? Do I need to go to the doctor? Yeah, so I really shouldn't talk about my age because, like I mentioned, my mama's in here and she's like, ugh, I can hear her huffing and rolling her eyes at me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're so old. But still, it's affecting me nonetheless. You got it. All right. I think one of the things that I want to do is decide on a card base. So I'm going to give you some options, and we are going to use the stamp set that's included in this kit. Okay, so keeping that in mind, let me see if by chance I can. There we go. Does that show up really well? Hot dog. Okay. So there is our stamp set. This is what we're working with, okay? And the colors that we have here, we have in cardstock. So I would like to do a fancy fold card. How's that? So let me I'm grabbing supplies here. Let me grab some measurements maybe and my trimmer. Okay, so I would like to know, do we want a Mossy Meadow card base? Do we want a Lost Lagoon, Blackberry Bliss, Petunia Pop, or Wild Wheat? Okay, you guys tell me which color we should do for a card base. And the fun of this is that none of us actually know what the card's going to end up looking like. So Mama says exactly. I know things. I know. Okay, so we're going to pick our card base. So just let me know, type in the comments which color you think we should use for card base. And this is going to be a fully interactive. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Anne. Are you able to hear me? Or is the sound totally gone too? That is so stinky. I wonder if maybe it's because maybe your browser. I'm not sure. I'm really trying to help, but I'm also talking outside of my pay grade. So I'm so sorry. All right. Miss Sherry says Blackberry Bliss. All right. So Blackberry Bliss it is. And it just happens that I have an extra card base in Blackberry Bliss because that's one of my favorite colors. So, okay. For this card, we are going to, oh, I don't know what the first one was, Mom. Are you talking about Mossy Meadow, the green one? I know you're all about those fall colors. Okay, so I will do a score. This is an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. And you know what? I also happened to grab a light. Let's see, a little ring light. I don't know if it actually does any good though. But yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure that it really does a whole lot of good for me. I thought it might, but no, it's really not. Okay. Anyway, 8.5 by 5.5. And we're going to score it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Okay. So my first mark at 2 1/8. And the second one at 4 1/4. All right. And then I'm going to grab my bone folder. Set those out of the way a little bit farther. And our first score is going to go right there. We'll burnish that down good. And then the second one, we're going to score or burnish backwards. So we'll do one way and one the other. Okay, and that's going to give us something that looks like this. All right. Let me see if I can get rid of that too. Hot dog, look at that. Okay. And also, I think, oh, there we go. All right, that's better, isn't it? Okay. So now we've got this. Actually, you know what? That just shows me that camera line is there and it makes me crazy. Anyway, sorry about that. Okay. So we've got our card base. All right. It's kind of a Z fold. It actually is the regular size of a card base, but we've just scored the front panel in half again. So we have our 8.5 by 5.5 paper scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Okay. So that's how we end up with that. All right. Now we need to dress this thing up, right? I'm thinking that we could probably take some of this or some of this one. This one right here has, I don't know if you can see on the front, it's got gold trim around the edges. So we might be able to use that on the inside, but I'm thinking this part for the front. And so what I want to do is I want to cut 4 inches. Okay. Let's see. No, I don't. Hold on. Let's add a little something, shall we? Let's make this a really pretty fancy card. Okay, how about some gold foil? Should we add a layer of gold foil to this? That would be pretty. Let me see. Got a piece of gold foil here? Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. Then I want this piece to be 5 3/8. Yes. Measure twice, cut once, right? Or in this case, think really long and hard about it before you cut. Okay, and then so 5 3/8, and then 2 inches, and 2 inches again. Okay, and yeah, Sherry, I think it will be 2. And then when we put that on there, except the glare, I'll try to keep it from glowing on the camera. So it'll look like that. And then the other one will go right here. Okay. And maybe we want another one, but maybe that's a little bit too much. I'm not sure. What do you think? I know I'll have to cut a different one because this one isn't quite wide enough, unfortunately. But what do you think? If we're looking at the card base, do you think maybe with gold on all of it, or do you think that's a bit much? So we'll look kind of like this when it's closed. Let me see. There we go. Look kind of like that when it's closed. Maybe? All right. You guys decide, and I will go ahead and add these pieces to the card front at least. It's kind of hard to decide when you really don't know what we're doing, huh? I don't know either, though, so yeah, I really need y'all's help. All right, I'm going to put this piece on, and it's just going to leave a tiny little border. Okay, like that. And then I'll put the other one on. Okay. There we go. All right, very nice. So now the card looks like this. And then when it opens up, we've got that. Okay. And I'm thinking that this, I mean, it's just going to be a tiny little edge of gold, you know? It'll just be enough to add a border since this one isn't really able to be used for those pieces. So we can do that and just add a little bit of gold to the card. So it really won't be as wild, and this looks kind of like gold blocks or gold bricks here, but it won't look like that for long. So let's see here. Math is your friend, and sometimes. Okay, we need 1 7/8 and 1 7/8. So I believe we've got 3 3/4. I believe. I hope that's right. My math teacher would be very proud of me, I'm sure. Okay, and then 5 1/4, because we did 5 3/8 on the last one, and we want to be just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So I'm going to go 5 1/4 here, and I'm cutting it this way, I think, because, well, you guys tell me. This way has more of the print. So if I do it like this, I'm only cutting this tiny little bit off. Or do we want to put it like this and cut off a little bit of the extra stuff down here? I mean, we're looking at just a sliver. It doesn't really matter a whole lot, but maybe that way is best. And of course, we can always use that strip for something else. Why don't we do that? Or should we do it this way? What do you think? Cut from the bottom or cut from the top? this way. Is that right, Sherry? So we're going to cut from the top edge. I think that's what you mean. The top, yeah, okay. All right, it is done. Too bad, so sad if that's not what you meant. Okay, now 1 7/8 here, and that will give us our 2 panels. And I kind of think I like it that way. Okay, and you'll be able to see here. Normally, I might have a fit about wasting so much of this gold foil that I would either punch out or die cut some of the middle. And of course you wouldn't see because we'd be covering it up. But this time I'll splurge. So whoever's going to be getting this card, I really must love, because I'm giving them whole pieces of gold foil. All right, let's put this one on here. Now, with foil paper, you just want to be really careful when you push it down, because if you have to lift it and reposition, the adhesive will leave a gunky residue on your foil paper, and it's so difficult to get back off. Okay, so just be careful when you put it on there. Okay, so here we go, one more, and I think that's pretty good. And so now you can really see how beautiful it looks, right? I mean, that is gorgeous already. Okay, now we can choose, now that we know what this looks like, we can choose to add gold foil here, and then maybe cut some of this for the inside like that. Or we can do without the gold altogether and just do the inside. I think maybe we should do the gold on the inside as well, but what do you think? I think we probably should, don't you? Oh yeah, add the gold foil. Okay, so this one I'm gonna cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 because our card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we want just a fraction shorter. Okay, just like that. And then that one's going to go there. And then we'll need to decide how we're going to cut this one. So I think we're going to have to go from this end and go 4 inches here. And then maybe we can cut a tiny bit off the sides. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how we do that. So let me set this aside for just a minute and bring the trimmer back in. And let's go ahead and cut this to 4 inches so we can see what we're left with here. Okay, and we can use this piece for something else later too. Mama's already laying claim to this card, y'all. Okay, so there's the base, and then this will go just like that. Okay, that is beautiful, isn't it? So pretty. Okay, but I am going to have to trim a little bit off of here and off of here, and it looks like only about 1/8 of an inch. So let me just see what our measurement is. We're at 5 1/2, and we need it to be 5 1/4. So let's see if we can take off 1/8 of an inch on either side and salvage some of that gold trim, shall we? Okay. And we're going to save those because they're decorative pieces, and surely we can come up with something. All right, there we go. Now then, let's see, how does that go? Oh, gosh, that's beautiful. That is a very pretty card, I think. What do you guys think? Beautiful already, isn't it? Now, of course, when we're doing alternative projects and things, we've literally just used an entire card for this alternative card. For some of my others, I would consider, for example, separating the front from the back and using them on multiple cards. So you can really get a lot of bang for your buck when you're doing alternative projects if you're not using literally the whole card on your alternative card. But this is just so pretty. So let's go ahead and let's add our DSP here. And I'm going to do this before I attach it. That way I'm not blinding you guys with the camera here. Or at least I'm going to try very hard not to. There we go. And then add it on. Okay. Pretty, pretty, pretty. That is actually very, very pretty. What do y'all think? Huh? Beautiful? I love it. I'm trying so hard to resist the urge not to go ahead and cut this and make this a card front and this a card front for something else. I don't usually put this much of a card on top of another card, but it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so now that we have this, goodness, we've got to do something with it, don't we? And we've not even done anything for our stamping or anything like that. So let's see, what are we going to do here? One thing I would like to do, I'm really tempted to cut this apart, folks. Tell me not to do it or tell me to do it. We might have two different cards here before the day is done. And then I think truly because of how pretty and kind of formal looking the foil is with this, that we should do this gold trim with it if we do any at all. What do you guys think? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to just pull it out and yeah, look at that. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, it would look gorgeous on your dresser, wouldn't it, Mom? Okay. Let's see here. I kind of feel like we need a little something. Let me see here. What I'm looking for. Oh yeah, Sherry says cut it apart and use the gold ribbon. Yeah, I think it's beautiful, but I can put this onto another card and make this a whole other card front too. Decisions. It's so pretty. Okay, let's just do it before we change our mind. So if anyone else doesn't want me to, you best speak now or forever hold your peace because it's about to be cut. Oh, Debbie says cut it too. All right, very good. We're cutting it, people. Oh, gosh. All right, it's okay. We got this. Right down the middle. Too late. There it is. Oh, it's so beautiful. And now I wonder... I'm going to set this aside for just a minute, okay? I'm going to set it aside. What if we used this as the whole card base and added something to the front? Mom says, no! It's okay. It's going to be gorgeous anyway. What if we attached something here and this was kind of like a postcard base, or Oh. Okay. Okay. What if we make a pocket? What if we make a pocket for this? Okay. All right. So how about, let's see here. Let me set this off to the side. My nose is itching, y'all. I'm not picking my nose, I swear. Oh my goodness. Okay. That or that would be beautiful. Let me just grab a piece of paper here. There's that one. And then I don't think, it's not actually a half sheet, but I really like that. I like it with this color. I think that's very pretty. What do you think? Lost Lagoon or Mossy Meadow? Mossy Meadow's got one. Lost Lagoon has one. Do we have a tiebreaker? Hi, Miss Laura. How are you, darling? We've got a tie here, and they both came up at the same time, so I can't even go with the first one. Yes, making it into an easel card, yes, would be absolutely fabulous. Okay, let's just see. Lost Lagoon. Okay. All right, don't worry, Mama. We will use that beautiful Mossy Meadow very, very soon, I promise. Okay. Now, the card front is already it's already the size of a regular card front. Okay, so it's already 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to need to make my card base a little bit wider, and it will be a very snug or a custom envelope fit in order to get that. So we are going to cut this at 4 3/8. Okay. And then we're going to do one score at 5 5/8. And you think, oh dear, how are you going to be able to do this? Because it's not going to be long enough. You're absolutely right. We're going to finagle 2 pieces. I know, crazy. Okay, so we end up with this. Now, I'm going to take my bone folder here, and then I'm going to grab another piece of Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to attach it and just make an easel card. So it'll be really cute, and it'll look just like that. Okay. And then, let's see here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I'm setting the mossy piece right here. We're going to do another card, so don't worry. Okay. I may need to cut another piece. It's okay. We'll cut another piece of cardstock here. And this one at 4 3/8. And yes, 4 3/8. There we go. Okay, now we can put this inside like this and make a score line here so that it'll come up. We can make it so that it comes around and has something to hold it up. I kind of like the idea of doing a, what am I trying to think of? That fold that's like this. Miss Laura, what's that called? What's that fold called that's like that? That's what I'm thinking here. I can't remember what it's called. Okay, but what I do know is that we need to score. We need to score this at, let's see, how wide is this? Now, remember, folks, this is all on the fly. So, you know, this is what design and creating really looks like before we know exactly what we're doing. So, I'm looking at how much space there is here. And then I'm going to add about 1/2 inch here to attach this piece to. So I need it to be 3/4 and 1/2 inch, which is 1 1/4 inches. So my first score mark is going to be at 1 1/4 inches. Okay. And what that's going to do is when we put this on and we line that score line up with the edge of the card, okay, we'll have enough space to glue this layer to this layer, okay? So I'm thinking that we'll do this and then we'll bring it back down that way, okay? So let's say, maybe 2 inches, okay? And whatever size this one is, we want one more to be that size again. So we're going to put this score line on the 2 inch mark. Okay. And then we can cut. All right. So I set that aside. Now all of this, because we already have that card front that is the exact size of a card front. Okay, so now then, what we will have is, what are those called, Laura? What kind of card is this? I don't know. Laura knows. Laura knows things, and I know, I just cannot think of it. I'm trying so hard. This is not like an easel card, but it's a step card, gosh, you know, like that. Like that. Yeah, anyway, there it is. I don't know what it's called. Okay, and because I want to make sure that it's held really, really well, I'm going to put a little edge of tear and tape right here along the inside, right at the base of the card, okay? And then at the very top of this piece, and that will hold super well. This card is going nowhere. Okay. There we go. And maybe eventually we'll end up with a really cool card. We will. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. There we go. Okay. Now I do need to make sure that my card base is lined up. So I definitely want to make sure that my card is lined up with the edge and that the seam is lined up so that we don't have any issues with the card base. Yeah, I know. Laura, I'm with you. Gosh, I keep wanting to say a step card and maybe that's it. But anyway, so now we're going to put this piece here. And you're not even going to notice that line there because when we do our gold trim, we'll put it right over that seam so that you won't even know. Okay? Very cool, right? All right. So let me add here. And make sure it's upright at least. There's that. Okay, now we have that, and you're still going to see this right here, but only until we wrap our ribbon around it, okay? Because when we wrap our ribbon around it, it's going to cover that seam right up. A mountain fold. You know what? We're going to go with that because that sounds about right. So there we go. A mountain fold. Okay. That is so pretty, isn't it? This gold trim is so pretty. There we go. So what's everybody working on? Talk to me, friends. Talk to me. Tell me what you're working on this week. Is anybody else crafting? There was something today. What was it? National, some kind of crafting thing today. There's a national day for everything. You know that. But there we go. I'll keep fiddling with that bow until it's awful if I don't quit. Okay, now let me trim this up just a little. I'm already loving the sparkle on this thing. Already loving the sparkle. We've only just started too, Ma. All right, so there we go. Card front is in the works. And let's do a little something here. So I'm going to take the envelope now, and I'm going to disassemble it. And what I like to do is take my little pokey tool, which my take your pick tool is over in my tool caddy. So I have to use my little wooden pokey tool. But you're just going to go right along that seam where the fold is. And we'll clean it up, so no worries about these rough edges. Laura's making Father's Day kits. That's very cool. Sherry is making scrapbook pages and designing grandkids' birthday cards. That sounds like fun. And Brenda is crocheting fish. That's awesome. Speaking of fish, this isn't a happy news story, but a sad one. I have a saltwater aquarium, and I've had it going for quite a few years now. I mean, we got it set up again when we moved into this house, when we purchased this house, and I had a pair of designer clownfish, and I'll have to post a picture of them. And I don't know if I can put a picture in here or not, but maybe Sherry would be willing to do a Google search for us and see if it'll post a picture. I'm not sure that it will. Anyway, they're called Picasso clownfish, and they're not the typical orange and white striped that you're used to seeing like Nemo. These are mostly white with a little bit of black splotches on them, and they're orange faces. And they're called Picasso because they look like kind of splotches of paint works of art. And hi, Miss Diane. How are you? Thanks for joining us, coming in from Wisconsin. Anyway, I've had this pair for 10 years now, something like that. And the male died the other day, and I'm very sad about it, and his mate is very, very sad about it. So we've been feeding her different treats and things like that to try to cheer her up a little bit. But clownfish actually mate for life like humans do, in theory. And and so, you know, if I were to introduce another male to her, as old as she is and as big as she is, there's a possibility that she would kill him. And so, of course, we don't want to do that. So, and if we get another female, of course, that would be awful. They would fight and hurt each other, kill each other there too. So now I have this poor, sad clownfish all by her lonesome, and it really is sad, actually. because there's really not a whole lot that I can do for her besides just, keep her tank clean and healthy. So anyway, right now I am cutting what would be the back flap off of the card. So it's like this, and here's the flap with the adhesive tab. And I've just separated the envelope itself. And so I'm taking this piece here, and we're going to use this, I think, for a layer right here on the front. So it'll be like this, okay? But I don't know how close up I'm going to get it. I'll get it pretty close because I'd really like to have this flower in there. But if I can only have this one, that's okay. Anyway, so yeah, Sherry says she couldn't add a picture. She tried to. So if you're interested in seeing what a Picasso clownfish looks like, then feel free to Google it, because they actually are really neat looking. And I'll just type it in right here. There we go. Anyway, so super sad note, but it just reminded me of it because Mama said that she was doing crocheted fish. So if you're wondering how we got on the topic of clownfish, that's how. Sometimes a random thought just comes into play, but usually there's at least something that struck the chord to make me think of it. Okay, now this piece right here, it's got some unevenness and there's a little bit of rough edges here, plus it kind of fans out a little. So the first thing that we want to do is get a straight edge. Now we already have a straight edge here because that's where we cut. So what we want to do is come over here, and I'm going to cut, well, I'm going to try to get back in the camera view. There we go. I'm going to cut just past the edge there. Okay, now if those colors would kindly move. There we go. And then I've got this straight edge here. All right, now I need, what size is this? It is 2 inches, right? So I need to decide if I'm gonna put the Blackberry Bliss and gold layers on here as well, or if we're just going to put the DSP. Do you guys think that we should go ahead and do the Blackberry Bliss layer and the gold layer first? I think so. Why not? Okay. I'm going to gather supplies while somebody tells me yes, add the layers, or no. Okay. There we go. And so this one would be 4 1/4. And we also have to remember that this card is slightly wider than a normal card is. So we want this piece to be 4 1/4 if we're going to do this. Yes, add the blackberry and the gold. Very good. All right, good, because I'm already working on it. Okay, now the blackberry is 4 1/4 inches wide. Okay, so I did cut that 4 1/4 inches wide so that it's the same. And it's only 1/8 of an inch difference on the side. So since this is 2, we want this to be 1 7/8. All right. See, Ma, I paid attention in math class. There we go. All right. Now I just need my algebra teacher to see that. There we go. I've got that. Now, the gold piece, and this one, unfortunately, is not big enough. It's wide enough, but not big enough. So let's see here. We need a 1 3/4, because if we had a 1 7/8, then the 7/8 inch is just 1/8 of an inch bigger than 3/4. So we've got that. And then 1 7/8 here. We've got the 1 1/2 here. 4 1/4 here. So this will be 4 1/8 here. Okay. Look at me go. All right. There we go. Now we've got that one. Okay, now again, we're going down another 1/8 of an inch on both sides. So this one was 4 1/8 wide by 1 3/4. So we need 1 5/8 by 4, I believe. Okay, so now that we've got a straight edge here on the side, if I were to take it from this end, the 1 3/4, 1 5/8, right? 1 5/8 would look like that. All right, so we'd end up with that piece, which is beautiful. Or we can cut it right here at the top of the line, and it would look like that. So yes, we would have this flower, but if we do it this way, we've got more of the greenery. So what do you guys think? More greenery or more sky? More greenery or more sky? Comment and let me know. While you're thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and glue these 2 layers together. More greenery or more sky? There we go. Sherry says more greenery. Okay. There we go. And I'll attach this one to oh, this is so pretty, guys. All right. 1 5/8 of more greenery coming up. Okay. And then 4 inches is what we need the width of this to be. So we've got to at least cut this tiny little bit off here because that's still raggedy. All right, but how about if we cut it from here? So we'll have this is 4 inches, or we can do the left of 4 inches, and that flower will be at the edge. So should the flower be in the middle, or should it be at the edge? Middle or edge? There's the middle, and there's the edge. Okay. That looks really pretty, actually. There's the edge, and there's the middle. Okay, there we go. This is really going to be a beautiful card, y'all. I mean, it's really going to be beautiful. While you guys are deciding that, I am going to go ahead and also add a layer of the Blackberry Bliss and the gold to the inside of this card. All right, so I will get that cut. And for this one, I'm going to cut 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 because I already know that that's the size of my card piece here for this one. Okay. All right. Mama San says the edge, so we need a tiebreaker. I think I really like the edge as well, Ma. I think that was a good call. Okay. So there's that piece. Now let me grab another piece of gold foil here. Okay. Oh, we're using a brand new sheet. Ah! All right. Sorry, lots of reflection going on here. Okay, 4 and an 8. Sherry says, do the edge. Yeah, I agree. I think the edge is very pretty. When you put it up against the front panel, it looks like that seems to fit a little better. Okay, now 5 3/8 of an inch for the gold. Okay. So we're going to put these two together, and these are going to go on the inside. What is that? Octopus red waving? What is that? Is that some kind of a YouTube thing? All right. We've got 12 people in here. Y'all come in and say hello. Everybody say hi. Talk to me, friends. Talk to me. Okay. I'm going to put this piece right inside here. And this is not going to be the end of it, but this is really going to be an over-the-top heavy-duty card. As you guys are all hearing there, seeing there, my mother has already laid claim to this card. All right, there we go. Okay, so we did say to the edge. So I am going to line this piece up with 4. And we'll cut just the edge of that off. Okay. And get some adhesive on here. And this will be our front. Trying not to make residue everywhere. Here we go. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so we have this gorgeous card base that we've put an awful lot of time into. Okay, I'm going to grab a piece of white cardstock. Let's see, do I have one here? No. I guess I need that. There we go. And this can be on the inside, just like that, for the sentiment and little note. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so what are we going to do with this? Honestly, this kind of card with the beautiful background and everything else, I love the idea of letting the paper do the talking. So I think, and it's entirely up to y'all, I need your input, but I think that perhaps we should maybe use, these are the Unbounded Love dies. Maybe we should just use one of these to stamp a sentiment on, and then let the paper do the talking. How's that? So we can do, these magnets are so strong. We can do something like that, which is very pretty. Or we could put it up here. I definitely think that we could also add some bling to it. I'll have to see what I can find. These are similar to the ones that are in the kit. This is the adhesive back sparkle gems. So that's really pretty. Okay, what do you guys think? Oh, let me see. I've also got these ones, the foil gems. Yeah, but I think these maybe these ones are a little bit prettier. And what else do we have? I have a few little contraband pieces left. I don't remember what color or what these ones are called, but they're just a little round. They've got a little bit of a pinkish hue to them. Those ones are pretty. And then, of course, I have the clear basic rhinestones as well. So those are always a classic, you know, very pretty. But maybe the little gold sparkly ones would be nice. Okay, what do you think, folks? What should we do for our sentiment piece? I kind of like the idea. Let me set those out of the way here. I kind of like the idea of putting that right there. I think that would be really pretty. And perhaps in the Lost Lagoon with the sentiment on there. What do you think? Shall we try it and see? The worst case scenario is we don't like it and we go ahead and try something different. So it's okay. All right, let me grab my machine. Here we go. I know that's pretty close and up in your face a little bit, isn't it? Yeah, right there in the front, Sherry, I agree with you. I think that's going to be a good spot for it. But let's see if gold one put on the flap there. Yeah, you know what? Gold actually would be very pretty too. So we can try that out and see as well. Okay, so let me I'm going to grab a different plate because when you use gold, and here's a little tip for you, when you're using gold foil or any of the foils, metallic papers especially, you really want to make sure you have a good, fresh top plate, because if you don't, it will leave impressions on your foil, and you really don't want that. I mean, nobody really wants that. So, let me just bring this over here and I'll show you. I've got a new plate here so that it won't leave any marks on my paper, but we'll go ahead and we'll cut a gold one. Whoops. There we go. Cut a gold foil one there so we can see what that one looks like. And we can even cut, oof, oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. That gold foil was a good call. Okay. Let me set this out of the way here. Okay, so here is what the gold foil looks like, and I think that is very pretty. Good call. Okay. Now, I do need to cut another one of these, though, and I have to rig up a little. You know what? Let's see here. I'm going to play, and this may be totally hokey, and it probably is a little bit hokey. Trying to keep from getting quite so much glitter in there. Shine, metallic. Let's see. We also still have. No. I'm think tanking here, folks. Think with me and tell me what you think. Let me grab some white, though. Did you like that with the label over it? It really actually is very pretty, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what you guys would think. Let's see. Now it's so funny because it seems like last week when we did our little crafty session together, the first one really took a bit for us to get it going, but the second one's, like the next one, really went quickly. So I don't know if that was because we got all warmed up. But yeah, so anyway, let me just do one more here and I'll show you why in just a moment. And then, oh, you liked it. You liked that little label one also? Cool. It really did look cute though. I kind of thought it might look cute. Let's see. Okay, now the idea behind die cutting a white piece is that I would take my snips here, and there's a stitching right there around the edge of the die cut, and it's on the gold foil too. You can see that it's on the gold foil as well. And if I were to trim right there where those dots are, it would give me a little layered piece. There we go. Nope, I'm getting outside the line. So I can math, but I can't color outside the line or color inside the lines. Oops. There we go. And of course, once I layer this on, and of course I'm doing it this way on a live stream, I can cut them straight and perfect any other time. Any other time I could, for sure. Okay, I'm going to stop with that because I think we've already established that the little label looked good on there. But anyway, this is what I was getting at, that it would layer on like this, and then I could stamp the sentiment here, and that could go just like that. Okay, so the question is, do we stamp the sentiment on this piece and put it on like that? Or did you like it better with the little label and put on like that? So let me know, label or layer? White layer or label? Okay, which one? Both of them look pretty good, didn't they? Which one looks better though? That's the question. Which one do you guys think looks better? The matching label. Okay, so this one, the label rather than the layer. It really does look nice, doesn't it? It kind of sets it off, but it's still very pretty. Okay. All right, so then I don't need this for a birthday. So I think I'm going to put just a note. All right, now I'm going to do Blackberry Bliss just because that's the color that was in the kit. And so if I were using the kit itself, then this would be the color I would use. Okay, so that's the only reason I'm going to use this color. And I may go off screen just a tiny bit because I really need to see straight. And I can't see straight. I guess it's still in the camera view, barely. But all right, tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. And then we're going to put just a note right in the middle there. And I'm going to hold it for just a second and then pull it off. That way I get a really nice, rich, deep, clean image. So you can see just a note. Absolutely beautiful. And then we need to, let's see, probably pop that up on dimensionals. So let me grab, it's really not big enough for two big ones. There we go. All right. And then There we go. Beautimous. All right. So this streaming thing is actually, it's pretty neat. It looks, at least on my end, looks like the quality, the video quality and the sound quality is good, which I hope it is. So if you guys can confirm that for me, that would be awesome. And I'm going to just kind of hold this up here so that I can see maybe and get it relatively straight and even. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now because I'm going to hang this over the side, I am going to go ahead and put dimensionals just here on the bottom, all right? And I'll put one right here at the top of my fold. Video and sound quality are great. Awesome. And then I'm going to put 2 down here on the bottom. So that will give me 3 dimensionals on the bottom half of this. And that way, it's got a really good support. Okay. There we go. All right, just a note. There we go. That is beautiful. Come on, focus, camera, focus. If I'm still saying beautimus. Well, actually, I think my child would beg to differ. The fact that I am saying beautimus indicates that I'm too old. Okay, now the question is, shall we go ahead and use some of these little gold glittery gems, or shall we leave it alone just as it is? It's very pretty already. And I have not yet stamped and attached the inside. To be honest, I think with this one, what I would do is take maybe this little bit of leftover here and just put it right across the bottom. So that way it matches, but it's not the same. So it matches, but it's not naked. Because there aren't any really good stamps here to kind of put in with it. There's not a whole lot of options when it comes to this particular design of card. Now this is right off the folded edge of the card front. So I'm just taking my bone folder and burnishing that line out. It's not hard at all when you've not burnished the line to begin with, so I can do that. And then this is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch, which I believe is perfect. Okay, so then I need to cut this at 4 inches. Okay, so are we putting the sparkly gems on, or are we leaving it plain? What are we doing? I mean, it's not plain, it's very pretty already. Okay, while you're saying what you want to do there, I'm going to go ahead and attach this piece. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. It is pretty as is. Yeah, I agree. Okay. All right. Best to not overcomplicate and overdress things. All right. There we go, friends. We have a beautiful, whatever kind of mountain folding card this is. Absolutely gorgeous. Come on, camera. Focus. Will you focus? It doesn't look like it's focused very well to me. I don't know if that's just on my end or it's on your end as well. But hi, Miss Ruth. How are you, darling? You got here just in time to see the finished project of today. Now, I am going to keep playing around for a bit and creating more projects because Matthew is not yet home from his fire meeting. And if you would like to, there it goes. If you would like to hang out for a little bit longer, I'm going to create another card and it'll be a bit simpler than this one. But we'll see what we come up with. Okay. So if you need to leave or want to go ahead and go, I totally understand. We've been live for a little over an hour and a half already. But if you guys would like to continue on, then I'm going to go ahead and keep playing. So, all right, let's go on to the next project. Let me set that one aside right there. Super pretty. We're still going to keep working with this kit that is going to be going live on my website on June 5th. So it's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous kit. Literally the most gorgeous kit I think I've ever seen. All right, so we are going to go ahead and use Mossy Meadow this time. And I'm going to cut this down to the 8.5 by 5.25 inch standard card base. And score it at 4.25. Okay. And then, oh, it wasn't an 8.5 either. All right, well, that's okay. We'll take this and line it up at 4.25, and we'll cut that little 1/2 inch off of there, and we'll be good. That was extra. All right, there we go. Now then, we've got a standard 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4.25. So we've got a standard card base here. And I've got a piece of basic white for my inside layer. This will be 4 by 5.25. And shall we do a little bit of gold with this one also? We happen to have a piece of gold foil here that we can use either for the front, I think. Yes, let's do that. And then what about this? The rest of the envelope for the front of the card, huh? We can make it a landscape card. Let's do that. Okay. So this one is 4 1/8 and it needs to be by 5 3/8. So let's go ahead and cut it to 5 3/8. All right. Come here, friend. Okay, and adhesive, please. All right. You know what? Hold on. I don't want to adhere that yet because I just had an idea about tying ribbon around it before I did that. So forget that. Let's go ahead and cut this piece to 4 by 5.25. Okay. So I'm going to cut 4. I'm actually going to cut 4.25 here. No, let's do 4.5. And then we can use the bottom part of this for the inside. And I'll show you what I mean there. Okay, it's going to have to be just a little less than 4.5 because our label or our flap fold is right there. So we'll cut it right at that. And then I'm going to turn it here and cut it at 4 inches. So that way we have this little strip that we are going to keep and use here in just a minute. So it's going to go along the inside of our card. Okay. All right. Now we've got a 5.25 inch. So I'm going to take that right there. Okay. Now this is going to go right here so that we have that. Okay. So let me adhere this to it first. And then I'm going to tie some of that gold trim around the whole front here. Okay. So let's do that. There we go. And then where did it go? Right here. Some gold trim. And right here. We're not going to need that much, for goodness sakes. Okay, and I think I'm going to tie it on that side this time. So somewhere in the vicinity of that would be ideal. And let's twist that around so it's straight. And there's no adhesive right there. So let's do a little bit of that. There we go. Okay, now then. That's going to be nice. Yes, I like that. Okay. All right. The talking to oneself is crucial for getting good advice and knowing what you're going to be doing with yourself. There we go. And then to the front of the card, just like so. There we go. Very nice. All right. Now then. Let me tie my bow right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of make a play on similar to the card we just did, but different. So you can already tell that it's in the same family. It's a coordinated card set, but it's going to be just a little bit different. Okay, so let me trim that in that. Okay, get that out of the way. And then I'm going to bring in that die again, and this time Blackberry Bliss. Okay, and I think that that's really going to draw out the beautiful flowers here. So let me grab my cardstock. I've got all these fabulous scraps that are amazing for things like this. Okay. There we go. Wait. I want you. Come here, friend. Come here. There we go. There we go. You're the one because where did I put the die? You fit perfectly. Okay. Very good. All right. Now, let me set that off to the side for just a minute. Grab the die cut machine again. Miss Ruth, darling, how are you? How have you been doing? Miss Ruth does all kinds of fun adventuresome type of things, like bicycling with her friends and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see her in here this evening. Okay. There we go. Let me put that down, and we're going to cut out this Blackberry Bliss. Now, remember, I've already got that one little piece of basic white that I've trimmed up to match the die cut already. So I'm going to be able to use it. There we go. Get these out of the way. Okay, now then, we've got this and this. We have this. And we can, of course, also cut it with the Mossy Meadow, the green one, which could also be very pretty. Let's see. I've got a piece here I can cut. You know, I'm happy to cut all of these extra little pieces because I have a little basket on my work table and I put all of these die cuts that I'm cutting out that I don't use right now, and then I save them for later. So, oh no, you fell in the flower bed. Oh, Ruth, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing okay. Not much fun, but I suppose you did it gracefully, though. Did you get a good laugh out of it? I mean, are you hurt or are you okay? Because if you're hurt, we don't want to laugh. But if you're okay, then maybe it's okay to giggle just a little bit. All right, here we go. All right. Put the die over there so I don't lose it. Okay, now we have options. Here we go. So we have that one, which I think actually looks really pretty. That mossy meadow looks very, very pretty. Okay. Or we have Blackberry Bliss. Oh, we could do the Petunia Pop also, actually. Make it a lighter card. Let's see here. I'm giving you all kinds of options. Somebody tell me if one of those look better than the other so far. Go ahead and tell me. I'm just going to keep cutting pieces here until we until we decide one. You know, just because. So let me grab a little piece of this here. There we go. A Petunia Pop is really, really pretty, and it's one of the new in colors. And as I had mentioned earlier, of course, you can get the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit right now with, gosh, it's like almost $200 worth of extra stuff. You get a whole set of the new in color ink pads. You get a whole set of the new in color markers. You get cardstock, you get designer series paper. Is that right? 4 things. Yes, the ink pads, the markers, the cardstock, and the paper, the DSP, in all 5 of the new ink colors for free. Like I said, it's over $100 and something for sure. And you get that for free on top of the really cool deal of $125 worth of product for only 99 bucks. So it's actually a very, very good deal. It's a great way of getting a nice little collection of products that you can use. So, I'm sorry, Ruth. Hey, it is not fun to fall. It is absolutely not fun. All right, there is Petunia Pop. It's very pretty. And, if I were to do, as far as greenery goes, I could use the Unbounded Love dies has these little leaves in it. Not exactly the same, but would they be cute kind of tucked in? Maybe. I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's just see. And I'm actually going to cut 3 different things just to see. So let's see what we can come up with here. I'm really sorry that you got hurt. That's not fun at all. Off to your orthopedic. Oh, well, goodness. I am so sorry, Ruth. That is awful. Okay, let's put, just trying to kind of line these things up so maybe I can utilize all of this leftover piece. If I'm careful, I can fit everything on this one piece of cardstock. If I'm careful, as we're talking about falling in gardens and things like that. Oh, Grace could be my middle name, darling. Grace could be my middle name. So, all right. Let's see what we got here. I need a new platform to pull out. Okay, now these are really, really detailed. So let me grab my little die pick here. And okay, push them out. I was playing with Paper Pumpkin today, and I designed an alternative project, an alternative card, and I made a cool little element by stacking up a bunch of die cuts of the same thing. So it made it like thickers. If you guys know what thickers are, they're those stickers that are thick. Thickers. Pretty funny, right? Usually they're alphabets, letters, and things like that. Sometimes they're words. This particular thing was the new Paper Pumpkin add-on is a little die set that has the word thanks, and it's off track entirely, but I can show you this while I'm doing everything. And so this word right here, and it's super cool. It's a really nice thick chunky word, so it works out very, very well. And I had die cut, well, I had glued 2 strips of cardstock together, and then I just smacked the camera, I'm so sorry. I glued 2 strips of cardstock together and then ran them through the die machine with that word, and I did that 3 times. So I ended up with 6 layers of basic white cardstock all together. And hey, Miss Luann. Yes, they are indeed amazing, Miss Deborah. And so anyway, I was able to create my own thickers thanks sentiment by doing that, and it's really simple and easy to do. Now I've got to clean my platform here right quick. Hold on. Scrapey scrape. If you use a little metal ruler, you can, like I have my little Wexford Westcott metal ruler here, and I can just slide right across the platform, and it gets all of those little buggers off all at once, and it is so much easier. So there's another hot tip for you. Okay, let me throw those on there. And oh dear, so this one didn't do. Okay, look at that. Look at how delicate that is. Holy cow. All right. Now, what I was thinking is that perhaps we could tuck this behind the sentiment piece there. So let me get that last one out. There we go. Sorry, I know those things get everywhere. Okay, so we've got 3 different little pieces here. Let me bring this in screen a little bit better for you. Okay, what we've got there. Now, if we were to take this, and I could trim right here and then leave just a little bit on here to glue to the back side of the white cardstock. So all you would see is that little sprig of greenery sticking out from behind it. I would cut this piece off, and then we could add another one there, and then put the sentiment on the card like this. Now, we also have an extra of each of these. Remember, we took out of the kit. So we could do something like this, which would be beautiful. Or And yes, I know that we could use both sprigs, but then we're using both sprigs on one card. So we can, but if we do, then we're putting all of our eggs in one basket, so to speak. We totally can. And that could look something like this. That looks a bit much to me, but we could. Okay. So, folks, tell me what you think. Should we work on this piece right here? Should we go ahead and add the sprigs to it? I think it looks very pretty. How do you feel about it? We could do something totally different entirely and forget about that and do something with that, but then that's kind of simple. So, I don't know. What do you think? Shall we snip the ends and layer it? What do you think, Miss Deborah? Okay. I think that we should maybe do that. That would be cute. Again, we're going to take this off so it won't show. It'll just be the greenery there. Okay. All right. So let me snip here. Okay, so I can snip that right off the edge. Oh, I wasn't going to do that. I was going to leave a little bit. I didn't. That's okay. I will here, though, because this one needs to come off. This is the one I meant to come off. Oh, well, that's okay. We can fix it. Snip away, they say. Snip away. All right, I am going to leave just a little bit on that one to give it a little something else to hang on to. Maybe we'll save this too. We could do some kind of weird thing with it. I don't know. Holy mackerel. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to add just a tiny bit. Now, if you don't have a steady hand, I don't recommend attaching your glue this way, or at the very least, don't hold it over the top of your project. In fact, I'm probably being a very bad person, and it may bite me in the behind. Hopefully not. So y'all keep your fingers crossed while I do this. Okay, there we go. All right, and then I actually want to put it as far over here as I can get it. So right about there, I think. Okay, and then that little bit's just going to give me a little something extra to hang on to there. Okay, so it'll look like that, which is really pretty. Okay, and then we should probably put this little piece maybe down here. Yeah? Yeah, that's good. Okay. We shall do that. All right, again with the tiny little light touch of glue. There we go. Okay. And somewhere to that effect. There we go. All right, now we've got that piece. And I think it needs some dimensionals. So let me grab some of them. There, there, and there we go. Okay. All right, that's pretty cool. We could slide that ribbon up just a little bit. There we go. Spiffy. All right, how do we feel about that, girls? Is that good? Okay. Now the question is, are we going to put some of these sprigs behind it? Do we want to do that? Or do we want to keep it simple? That is pretty. Hi, Miss Arlena. How are you, darling? we're think tanking here, so please feel free to chime in with your thoughts and ideas on this project. We are totally decorating and designing on the fly, and I'm looking for input from the peanut gallery. So we're creating this beautiful card, and so far we've decided to put some of these little sprigs that are from the Unbounded Love dies. And we'll put this piece across here, but we're going to put a sentiment on there. So we need to decide if we want to maybe put some of this sprig, or if we want to put the floral printed sprig. We could do that. Okay, so let me know, girls, what are we doing? I'm trying to think if there is another die set that has a pretty floral thing that we could use, because I have the gold foil. We could die cut something else. What do you think? Sticking with this though, I kind of like that. And then let's make this a birthday card. Okay, so again with the Blackberry Bliss ink. And let's grab that birthday stamp. Tap, 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 not smush, mush, mush. And there we go. Gorgeously Made dies are retired, Sherry. I have already pulled them from my collection. But yes, I know exactly the sprig that you're talking about. That one would be beautiful. You know what I do when I'm trying to figure out, I would typically go to the catalog and I would go to the dies and I would look at them. However, our new catalog isn't really set up that way. So let's just do a quick browse, a quick peruse, and I'm going to flip very, very quickly. If you have ideas on how to tab this catalog, I would love to hear them. I am still trying to figure out how to categorize these things, because it's laid out in a beautiful way for new folks who haven't seen the old catalog before. I mean, everything is organized by type and style. So if you're looking for a really quick and simple card design, then there are a couple of items on the page that show you that. And that's a lot of fun. And they have things categorized like this. So creativity your way means that you are doing what we're doing tonight, and that you're seeing the product and going, okay, there's these ones here, but that one is actually pretty big. So I don't know that I would like to do that one. But let's see, that would be pretty, but I don't have it. There's a lot of really pretty new things, and like that one too, but I don't have that one either. I have a handful of new things, but okay, this would be very pretty. I think that was maybe from what we were just, yeah. Oh, I don't have that one. I have that one. Thoughtful Wishes. You know what? Thoughtful Wishes. Let me see. I have... I don't have that one either. But let's see. Now I'm just looking at my dies, so you're just having to listen to me and look at my screen. That's super fun, isn't it? How about Flowers of Beauty. Is that the one? Is that the one I just said I didn't have? Oh my goodness. Let me take a look. So naturally, I still haven't, page 55. Indeed. I said I didn't have that one, but I have that one. There it is. So let's grab maybe that right there, huh? Holy mackerel. So yes, it is a brand new set, and I have not used it yet, obviously, because I would have remembered that I had it. Uh, anyway, and obviously I have not marked my catalog yet to show that I have it. So I should probably get on that PDQ before I end up buying another one and not needing it. But okay, let's go ahead and die cut this and see how it looks. This may be just the ticket. Yes, exactly, Sherry. This is exactly it. See, I did that on purpose to show you why it is that I say mark your catalog. All right, let me grab that clear plate there so that way I'm not messing up my gold foil here. Okay. Alrighty then. Yes, I will most definitely have to get my catalog marked. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been busy. Oh, you had your live at 7 also, Arlena. That's wonderful. We've actually been live for, about 2 hours now. We're just hanging out and having fun and creating together. We've already created a single project and and fully think tank. So this means it's creating on the fly and waiting for feedback from everybody in the group to come in and contribute to the design process of the project. So it's taking a little bit longer than just doing a regular Facebook Live. And it's totally outside of my comfort zone. First of all, not already having a plan in mind, and second of all, doing it over all of these platforms and everything else is a little intimidating. But you know what? It's okay, and I'm amongst friends, right? And so anyway, so far it's going well. I've only had one little hiccup when I took my little face picture-in-picture down there. My audio is attached to that camera, and I took it out of the stream, not thinking about that. So we were without sound for a hot second, but we've got it back and we're good. So anyway, all right. I think this one is really pretty, actually. So you guys let me know. Let me know what you think about it. I think that one might just be the ticket. Okay. Let me pull these out of the way here. Okay, and oh, darling, you are so sweet. And don't mind me with my emotional support tumbler. Stay hydrated, folks. It's important. Okay, so how do we feel about that? I think this is good. And then we can add some little bling or something. I know. These ones right there. The petunia pop would be beautiful. You like that gold leaf in there, Sherry? Yeah, I do too. I think that's nice. Okay. Yes. All right. So very good. Then we're going to go ahead and attach the sentiment here, and I'm going to just glue that. I'm going to pop it up. No, I'm going to glue it. I'm going to pop it. Am I going to pop it or am I going to glue it? This is already popped up on dimensionals. Already got it. So we're going to glue the gold foil piece directly to the card front. Okay, so that is there. And then this is already popped up on dimensionals. So the question is, Do I want to pop this up on dimensionals as well so it gives it a bit extra oomph? Or do I put it directly onto the outside border? So let me know. Glue it directly. Okay, let me grab my gold foil here and attach it. Oh, yes, everyone's saying glue it. Okay, very good. All right, now I am going to leave just like the tips of this gold foil piece not glued, so that way it kind of aids in adding a little bit of dimension to your project. You don't have to glue it down totally flat, and it gives it a little flow, I think. Okay, so I think it's probably going to be right about there. Let me just see before we touch it. Yep, there we go. Okay. Good. And then it's still got a little bit of flow here you can see from the tip, so it's not quite so flat. Ruth said she was going to suggest gold. Yes, girl. You cannot go wrong with gold, right? It's funny because in card making, I love yellow gold. But as you can see from my rings, I prefer white gold jewelry. So it's weird, isn't it? Is that weird? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I love the gold. It's beautiful. All right, now we'll do this. Okay. And then everyone's saying glue this directly to the, come on, there we go. Glue it directly. So we'll do that. And right there. Very nice. Beautiful. Okay, now I totally love the idea and didn't think about it with this one, but it would look really pretty with it too. That petunia pop that's in here with the in color sparkly gems. Now that would be very pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take these. I don't know if my mama-san is still in here with us or if she's left us. She lives in a really rural area in Iowa, and the signal is not so great there sometimes. Okay, let's go ahead and add this there. And I think I'm going to do this one up just a little bit because I think it would be pretty with 5 little blingies. Remember, you want to do odds. So 4 is pretty, but 5 is nice. So we really want to stick with, do you do this? You just like run it around. There we go. Okay. I do this and it drives me bonkers. There we go. Do you move your gems around? I do, and it makes me crazy. I could spend just as much time figuring out where I want to put the gems as I do designing the entire card itself. It's crazy and utterly ridiculous. Okay, so there we go. That's our beautiful little card. This is an alternative. And let me put that out of the way so I don't mess them up. Okay, now we have the inside here. And I have this little strip that's left over from the envelope. I told you we would save that and use it on the inside. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to snip this end off. And you know what? I'm going to leave it and just glue this, and then I'll just snip the ends off that way. I'll just hang it over the edge a tiny bit. Okay. You move yours too, Sherry. I am so glad to hear that I'm not the only one. I spend a ridiculous amount of time moving those little bling stones that no one else but me even cares exactly where they are. But it drives me bananas. Okay, so there we go. And then I'll just come in and snip the rest of it off. and that way it is the right size for the inside. Okay, so we've got that beautiful little strip that matches the inside, and we can go ahead and attach this also. Now we need to decide, we have a gold trim on the outside of this. Do we want to add gold trim to the inside here as well? I think it would pop just a little bit, but we don't have to. It's just fine the way it is. Or we can add that gold trim. What do you think? Let me know, girls. Are we adding a layer of gold or are we not? Let me know. You spent more time today deciding on bling than making a project. Yes, exactly. That is exactly it. I do that all the time, and it drives me absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Okay, so are we putting a gold layer on the inside or are we not? You like it without the gold this time. Okay, very good. Doo-doo-doo. And then go for the gold, Ruth says. Okay, I haven't touched it down yet. I need someone to break the tie. Are we adding gold or are we not adding gold? We've got one for yes and one for no. I can't wait. This is so exciting. I really enjoy it when you guys are interactive like this. I really and truly, I love it. I know this has been a long live, but I love hanging out with you guys. Miss Arlena, give us the tiebreaker. Miss Deborah, somebody still in there that can give us a tiebreaker? Please, please, please. Are we adding a gold layer or are we doing without the gold layer? That's what we need to know. A small strip of gold under the floral. Ooh, now Ruth, that would have been nice. But now I can't because it's already glued down. And if I take it off, it'll tear because that paper is really, really thin. This is the, it's one of the envelopes for the kit that I disassembled. So it's, she says do gold inside. You've never done gold inside? Okay. All right, let's see it. Okay. So let me cut. It needs to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. All right, now here's what it will look like with the gold on the inside. Okay, just a little border. Very pretty. Okay, see there? Beautiful. All right. And there we go. Okay, so there we have it. Absolutely gorgeous card. And the first one that we did, absolutely beautiful as well. Arlena, by the way, do you know what this fold is called? I've completely forgotten about it, and I couldn't think of what the name of this fold is. But is it a double easel card? Is that what it is? Oh my goodness! I bet that's what it is, isn't it, Arlena? It just came to mind. Holy mackerel! Anyway, this was our first alternative project. Very pretty, super over the top, and then this one as well. And both of these are alternative projects for the new upcoming Expressions of Kindness kit. So, Arlena, this is a sneak peek of a brand new Kids Collection kit that's going to be releasing on June 5th. And we got these while we were in Mexico, an easel Z fold. Maybe so. See, this is it. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but anyway, it's a pretty card, anyways. Uh, so we took one of the card bases from the kit and one of the envelopes from the kit, and we've turned them into these two cards right here. So now I still have an envelope and the other card base, but I will save those for later and I'll post pictures of some alternative projects. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Matthew should be home from his fire meeting anytime, and we've been on here for a very long time. I have really, really enjoyed this. Hold on just a second. Let me do this really cool thing I can do. Look at that. I'm big again. I have really, really enjoyed hanging out with you guys this evening. Just so you know, this Think Tank Thursday thing, I enjoy it so much, just hanging out with you guys and going through the process of how to design projects and things like that. So when you see one of your favorite demonstrators putting a beautiful card online, and that little picture is bothering me there we go. When you see one of your favorite Stampin' Up! Demonstrators showing you a beautiful card, now you have a good idea of all of the time and work that goes into it and all the behind the scenes stuff of trying to just get the right look and the most beautiful project for you. So I've really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I absolutely love this. So I really would like to see you guys here next Thursday. I'm going to do this Think Tank Thursday every week. I'm doing this while Matthew is at his fire meetings, and so we get to hang out together uninterrupted crafty time, which is wonderful. And you guys can help me design new projects, right? So it's definitely out of my comfort zone. It's not something that I typically will just do on the fly, especially in a live. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and helping me create beautiful things. So I will see you all next week, hopefully. And until then, my friends, have a wonderful night. Bye.